taking a close look at family connections and friendships to find what links the victims in a series of deadly package explosions across East Austin had.
As the families cope with loss and the victims struggle to recover, the small details in these cases could be what law enforcement needs to find a break. A big question, what kind of person is able to pull this kind of thing off? Kris talked to an expert about this. Kris.
Quita and Brian, we sat down with someone whose job it was to investigate these kind of cases, and we found out that Doug, we won't use his last name for protection, was a specialized bomb expert at ATF. We want to note that he is not involved in this case, but we wanted to know if the bomber is likely someone who is highly trained, as we've been hearing the last few days, and here is what we found out.
For more than 2 decades, Doug worked as an ATF agent in Texas. As a certified explosive specialist, he's investigated his fair share of bombs.
Temple, Waco, Austin's had some in the past.
But not, he says, like this.
I don't know in my memory if Austin's ever had anything like that.
Eric Rudolph, known as the Olympic Park bomber, killed 2 people and injured 120 more. Doug says investigators expected him to be trained in explosives.
The thought was that this was a very well-trained person, and it turned out he wasn't that well-trained. There's a lot of information out there that a person can gather.
That's why he says it's important to note that the Austin bomber or bombers may not necessarily be a bomb expert.
I keep hearing that, and I don't mean to insult anybody, but without knowing, you don't know. The beginning of my time with ATF, most people had to get a hold of James Bond, Poor Man, or the Anarchist Cookbook, things like that, to construct a device. Now all you have to do is hit the keys on the computer and Google it, and you can get whatever you want.
Doug also worked together with Austin police in the past.
We trained with them just for things like this.
And says what makes these cases so scary is that bombs are indiscriminate.
It's not like necessarily just firing a gun and that one bullet is going out. They're evil. They really are.
So again, the bomber may be trained in explosives or not. Investigators have to consider every angle. While it could take months to get answers from evidence that was sent to ATF's labs, big cases have also been helped in the past from the public. So remember, if you see something, say something. Quita.
Kris, thank you.